Right, at this point, I don't even know what is wrong. Noise first, 104.767. Reggie close behind, 104.878. At this point, I don't even know what's wrong with this game. Shaza third, 105.244. Close behind is Hybe, 105.274. Hennessy fifth, 105.476. Coke down to sixth this time. Girinjo seventh, 105.705. Matt down to eighth. Niklas down to ninth. Dieterich 10th, 106.497. Marcin 11th, 106.697. F1 Lewis 107.451. Danilo 108.092. High 111.436. And Sparko 116.814. Still holds Albo, Lamas and Node. They have to do their times. If this crashes again, I can't be bothered, honestly. I'm sorry, but if it has crashed like in 5 minutes 2 times, but whatever. Less than 9 minutes to go. Reggie looks like to be on a lap. Does he improve on this lap? He does improve to provisional pole position 104.711, half a tenth ahead of Noise. But both Reggie and Noise, they are way faster than Shaza at the moment. Half a second out of the second Red Bull driver. Matt has improved his time to fifth, 105.407. The moment thing Niklas as well, but what the explain. Alright, interesting stuff happening. Sparko has improved his time to 10th, 105.844. Dietrich has invalid his lap. Marcin is starting his lap. Lewis down to 13th. Danilo down to 14th. High has improved his time, but only a second. 110.695. Note has set a lap of 112.693. 2 seconds behind High. Still holds, but he's coming around the final corner, just on the line, and through the finish line he goes 11th behind his teammate, 105.988. 1/10 behind his teammate Niklas. Mr. Albo finishing his lap, well, on the exit of zone 6, a bit of a wobble, but shouldn't affect his lap that much. Maybe a tenth went there, but through turn 9 he invalidated through turn 9, and he has to do one more lap. And I think it didn't invalidate this lap, or this and next lap. So if he really wants to, he could set a delta time on this, but I don't think there should be enough time for that. Danilo goes into the pits. F1 Lewis has spun on the exit of turn 1. Dietrich and Marcin, they have improved their times respectively, but they haven't improved position wise still, I don't think, but they've stayed in the same order. Dietrich out of Martin, and Martin and Albert are causing yellow flags. Behind is F1 Lewis, who isn't on a flying lap as he spun. Shaza going into the pits behind him, and Alfa Romeo, who is going as well into the pits. I don't actually know. I'll just keep the controller in here. I don't even know how I'm gonna. With less than 5 minutes to go, Reggie on provisional pole position, Noise close behind. Shaza has improved his time, so he's 2/10 behind Reggie. So Reggie is gonna have, like last season, his teammate close in the battle between Ferrari and Red Bull. Noise at the moment doesn't have that, as Coke is 8th. Thing is on a lap. Well, he's improving through the first sector, 77 thousandths through the first sector. So through turn 1 he found a lot of time. Now through turn 4, that was on the limit within the white lines, but he managed turn 6 now. Then the power and is improving. He lost time a bit, but he's still improving. 32 thousandths through turn 8 looked good, and now through turn 9, important to not invalidate through turn 9 and turn 10. As he goes back into the pits, he thinks that he can find more time within that lap. He just needs to pull it off all together. I might be on a flying lap, but it might be just the game thinking that he actually is, but he actually isn't. He was on a flying lap, but he didn't improve at all. He's still 2 seconds over to, actually 2.5 seconds behind Danilo. Now it would be good for now. It would be good to improve that lap as well, as he's 2 seconds behind High, as was for Albo, who is 13 seconds behind now. And for Lamas, it would be good to set a lap, as him and F1 Lewis, is that? Yes, him and F1 Lewis. Well, Lamas, I think he just wanted to let Lewis through, but I guess he didn't want to. And F1 Lewis is very close. Ooh, that was way too close. That was way too close for comfort. And both Lewis and Lamas start their flying laps. Sparko not on a flying lap. Danilo might be, but he has invalidated his time through turn 9, I believe. High through the final corner. He is not improving. No. Now is gonna start his flying lap, as was Chirincho, as was the Mercedes of Matt. So hype. No. Oh no, that was Martin. The AlphaTauri going into the pits. Shaza is gonna start his flying lap, I believe. No, he wasn't a flying lap, but he messed it up. Well, there's a lot of traffic going into turn 2 and 3. For Reggie, both Alfa Romeos and Sparko. Jesus Christ. 4 drives going into turn 2. I'll try my best to stay in it. Hennessy has improved his time between Jerincho and Hype, so he goes 5th. I think Girincho as well improved this time. I'll try to stay doing these things. Lamas has crashes out on the exit of turn 1. Girincho now didn't improve, neither did Girincho. Reggie through the final corner. I know it, he was on a out lap. Dietrich didn't improve. Oh my god, this is gonna be... I'm so rusty at the moment. A Ferrari... Noise hasn't gone out of the pits. So he still hasn't come out or came back to the session. Sparka has crashed out on the exit of the last corner. Shaza... Ooh... Broken front wing through the flying lap, so he's gone. F1 Lewis has improved this time to P9 ahead of his own teammate. 105.751. Then it's high through the final corner. He goes 13th, 106.146. Then it's a... Who is it? A Holt coming across the line, but he didn't improve. Then it's Naud, I believe, coming across the line. He goes 15th, 106.296. Then it's Reggie. Is he gonna improve his time? Yes, he does improve his time. 104.573. 2/10 out of Noise. Now, Coke is not gonna improve. Hype goes into the pits. Girincho goes as well into the pits. Matt goes as well into the pits. And this is qualifying over. So Reggie on pole position here in Red Bull's home in Austria. Noise has stayed in second and Shaza third. Jesus Christ, I'm not going to adjust this. Yes, but Shaza third, close behind. Hype will start fourth. Hennessy will start fifth. Girincho in the Aston Martin sixth, out of Matt, who is in the Mercedes, and Coke, who is in the Ferrari. But Coke 7th, Niklas 8th, Coke 9th, Lewis 10th, Sparko 11th, Albo 12th, Holz 13th, High 14th, Dietrich 15th, Naut 16th, Marcin 17th, Danilo 18th, Lamas 19th, and Ter is gonna start last. But he's now causing issues. If he could, he could retire in the pits, because he isn't gonna get a lap in. But we'll see. Yeah. I need to switch hands because my hand is getting sweaty. And he did retire in the pits. Yeah, a bit quite bad performance by me commentating, just not staying not focused enough. But I can't do anything because, like, one hand is on the mic, second one is on the controller. Or maybe I should do a just with my, although I'm not gonna able to, I don't know. Although I don't wanna, no, I can just put it in here. But then just be like very close. Although it's gonna be way too close because I have a goddamn TV and it's very close. Let me just put it in more volume. I don't know. It should be good. If you can't hear me, just tell me. I don't know. They're going into the sprint. Sprint is only 12 laps, I think 12 laps. But if it's 12 laps, then probably everyone is gonna go mediums. I don't think anyone is gonna go hards or softs. Mediums is, in my opinion, the only solution at the moment. So And for the sprint, it's going to be a formation lap. So, yeah. And into the formation lap we go. Noise still hasn't come back to the session, but yes, it is 12 laps, and everyone on the mediums, like I expected. I seriously did not expect anyone to go softs or hards. It's just not worth it. With softs, you're gonna gain a lot of time at the beginning, but I doubt that you can go till the end on those softs. And if you're gonna go until the end, then the mediums are gonna go way faster. And if hards, then you're gonna be way too slow at the beginning, and there's not gonna be enough laps for you to gain back that time. Noise still hasn't come back, so maybe an internet issue. I don't know if he's really from Nepal. If he's really from Nepal, then my god, it's probably really late for him. But if he's really from Nepal, well, it depends obviously if he lives there still, or has he gone to, I don't know, UK or something. Coke and Sparko have been disqualified from the formation lap. Contact by those two. Right, let me do one quick thing. Just get one. No, I'm not gonna do this thing at the moment. I was gonna think of removing my wheel from my table, but no, there's not enough time, as the drivers have lined up to the grid positions, few getting disqualified for going too far. But now 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and lights out, and away we go here in Austria. Reggie gets a good start, and does as well Shaza, who has contact behind. High has been spun at the back, and as well Holtz and Lamas, they make contact as well. Up ahead, they're going 3 wide, maybe even 4 wide into turn 1. So a lot of drivers getting or being ghosted. Nothing too serious at the moment. Well, both of the Red Bulls are running away with it. Matt has gotten a beautiful start, overtaking Hennessy at the start, and Jerincho, as I'm talking about him, he got a terrible start. He's down to 9th. He was 6th, as Noise is falling back down, as well as Hennessy. Hennessy has spun into turn 7 and 8, so he's falling down the order, as well as Noise, but he's on AI, and High has DNF'd or crashed out from the session. Reggie obviously sets a new fastest lap, but it is probably gonna be a Red Bull 1-2 in the sprint. I don't think they're gonna fight or anything, but it's up to, I think, mostly Matt, if he overtakes Hybe at the very beginning, as at the back, more scrapping, as Coke and Jerincho were fighting, I think, and now Jerincho and Marcin are fighting into turn 4, and Marcin has overtaken Diaz Martin into turn 4 successfully. Let's look at the positions gained, as at the back Lamas has spun, and this is causing a virtual safety car. A perfect moment for me to look at the position gained. So Reggie and Albo and Lamas, they have stayed in their same positions as with the back. What is happening in here? Why is Spark? Well, maybe Delta, but Jeez crazy. If it's that big of a delta, then oh my god. But Lamas, Albo and Reggie, they have stayed in their same places. Shaza, Hybe, Coke, Dietrich and now they have gained 1 position. Danilo has gained 2 positions. Matt and Niklas, they have gained 3 positions. Lewis has gained 4 positions. Martin has gained 8 positions. And Tur, who was starting last, he's now up to 7th. In just 3 laps, or actually 2 full racing laps, he's now up into 7th. What a crazy start. He just overtook everyone left and right as people were spinning and just taking the advantage of everything, I guess. As I found, this gets a drive-through for speeding under the virtual safety car, so he's gonna have to serve that within the 3 laps. Lamas has retired, and F1 is taking that penalty right away. So now Tur is up to 6, but behind him Martin is overtaking Coke into turn 1. A bit of a wobble on the exit of turn 1, and he's now losing 1 position, maybe even losing 2 positions to Hennessy, and he has lost for now as they're going 3-1 into turn 3. Well, Coke was already ahead, but Hennessy has got 2 positions at once. Gerincho has gained 1 position, but at the same time has lost 1 position. And now Martin was trying to overtake Gerincho around the side of turn 4, but he is now getting attacked by Albo into turn 4 and now into turn 6. He was on the outside, but Martin was on the inside, and turn 6 isn't really a worthy, or like, it isn't an overtaken place really to, it isn't really an overtaking spot. But nothing that serious happened on the restart. Red Bulls are again running away with it, but Hype has a DRS, as was Matt, but he's just and into the detection zone. He's not in. As Sparko and Martin, they have crashed out on the exit of turn 1. This is a full safety car. Both of them are off the racing line, thankfully, but both Sparko and Martin have crashed out on the exit of turn 1. One of them was probably too early on the power, and it caused to spin, or one or the other to get caught in there, and both of them are out now. And it is a full safety car. I don't think I would see anyone going to make a pit stop, really. Well, Shaza was faking it, but he didn't go. Niklas doesn't go. No. Coke, no. Hennessy is going in. He's risking it for the softs. As well as Naud is going for the softs. Danilo, no it isn't. Holt is. F1 Lewis. That was a bit of a late. Going into the pits. But he went in the pits as well. Well, those guys. Oh, those are nice. But those who are a bit further behind, like Holt and Naud and F1 Lewis, they don't have anything really to lose. They can only gain starting positions, and if they really get far ahead, overtaking people, then they can get points. But Hennessy was, I think, running 10th. He only lost 2 positions, so it is very good for him. And yeah, nothing really much now happening. Well, another say it's got nothing really much is happening, but well, so something has happened. Note has spun on the exit of turn 3. Bit weird. A bit weird. Is that watching? No, there's only one. Nothing really much. I wouldn't even expect anyone to spin on the safety car, and even like if you're like now or F1 Lewis who are just catching up to the grid, like you don't have to push. Well, with that gap, you didn't have to push it. If it would be like 1 minute, then a little bit, but not much. So yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna get to my closer. I don't know. I'm making a jump. I don't know. I haven't thought of how am I gonna commentate this. Hey. I haven't even really thought like how would I even hold this thing. I haven't really thought about how would I even really hold this thing. I don't know, it is what it is. If it, yeah. Safety car is in this lap. So Reggie is gonna control the pace. Ooh. And dictated the pace. Well, the safety car is going into the pits. Warming up the tires is good. You always need to keep the tires warm. And now on the restarts, it is very important when turn 1 is and turn 10, they require a lot of grip. As Reggie, where's he going? He's not going, so the race has been restarted. Reggie leading into turn 1. The Red Bulls have done the restart perfectly, as Hennessy has already overtaken Danilo. Noyes has lost 2 places and now 3rd place. Well, he's ghosted an AI. But the Red Bulls have done a good job on the restart. Hennessy already overtaken Dietrich, so he's up into top 10. Behind, F1 Lewis has spun on the exit of turn 3 and he has front wing damage. His race sprint is over. Technically, as Hype is attacking Shazza into turn 6 and now into turn 7 and 8. He has got the P2. Shazza was forced wide into the gravel and now he's down in 8th, down in 9th. What's happened with Jirincho? Does he have to go into the pits? Yes, he does have to go into the pits. But Shazza has lost his 2nd place to Hybe. And now he's only at the moment getting 1 point for the sprint. And at the moment it is Red Bull, AlphaTauri and Alpine podium for the sprint. Niklas doesn't have any. He has burnt out of his ERS as his red light is flashing. Behind, Coke is trying to overtake Tur into turn 4. Around the outside, who's gonna be first on the brakes? It was Coke first, so Tur has defended from Coke. Hennessy has overtaken Shazza into turn 4 as well, so he is up into points. Reggie is gonna, I'd say he is gonna run away with this, as he is crazy fast and just he's fast. The race has been enabled, so Hype has already a 1 second advantage over Niklas. Hennessy has overtaken Albo into turn 1. Reggie has spun on the exit of turn 1. As I was previously talking about, he could run away with this. He has spun on the exit of turn 1 and he's getting now attacked by Naud. And it is now Hybe into the 1st place on this sprint. I can't even talk about it. I don't even know what has happened. Reggie has lost the rear into turn 1, and both of the Red Bulls are now, the Red Bulls are gonna now gain only 1 point, as now it has spawned on the exit of turn 4. But at the moment it looks like Hype could be getting a sprint win for AlphaTauri, as Tur has overtaken Niklas, and now Cook was trying to overtake Niklas into turn 9, but now into turn 10, side by side, a bit of a contact, but you have to think about Hennessy, who's trying to go in the middle of them, and he has overtaken both of them before the turn 1, so he's now up into 4th. Hennessy could be getting a podium in this sprint as well, so it is a podium, a sprint podium that we wouldn't never have expected, as Hennessy got an enormous amount of traction on the exit. He has a lot more ERS than Tur, and around the outside we go. Very bad camera, but Tur has defended from Hennessy, but Hennessy is very close to Tur. Behind, Albo is fighting Shaza, trying to get at least 2 points for Red Bull, and Richie has overtaken Dietrich as well. Hybe on the exit of turn 10, he's gonna start the final lap of the sprint. Hennessy is gonna try to overtake Tur somewhere, or maybe even both of them Mercedes drivers, as he has a lot more ERS than both of them. Now, a little bit of contact between him and Tur has been spun around by Hennessy. Well, that is Hennessy up into the podium, as Coke has taken Albo, I think. But Albo is fighting Niklas, and that is Red Bull. 3 points for them, but Reggie still could be overtaking Niklas, maybe into turn 6, maybe even turn 7, if he is really that desperate. But he has to remember, there's still the main race, where there's 36 laps of racing. But Hybe into turn 9, and to the final corner of the sprint, turn 10, and on the exit of it, he comes around to the finish line, and he's gonna win the sprint in Austria. Matt is gonna finish 2nd, and Hennessy is gonna finish 3rd, Coke 4th, Albo 5th, Niklas 6th, just about. They were going side by side into the finish line. Shaza 8th, Holt 9th, Dietrich 10th with his penalty, Tur finishing 11th, Naud finishing 12th, Danilo finishing 13th, Noyes finishing 14th, and F1 Lewis around the final corner, he's gonna finish 15th, and this probably the starting order for the race. We will see what's gonna happen between Hennessy and Tur. They've had incidents in the past. Tur gets the driver of the day in the sprint, totally deserved. Or actually, it would have been more even deserved if he would have gotten at least a P3 if Hennessy wouldn't have spun him. But this is the sprint result. Hype gets 8 points, Matt 7, Hennessy 6, Coke 5, Albo 4, Niklas 3, Reggie 2, and Shaza 1. But these are obviously provisionally the results, because, well, we'll see what Hennessy is gonna get up. What penalty is he gonna get? Because I think he's gonna still get a penalty, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what he's gonna get. We will see what he's gonna get, but now into the main race. I was just talking in the general chat. But well, the incident between Tur and Hennessy, well, they have had a few share of incident in the past, like China this season. I think it was this season, or I am just high. I don't know. I can't remember. My memory for these things is just bad. It's just very bad. But yeah, formation lap has started. Most of us should be going on to the mediums, but there is some like Matt, Holtz, Naud, Gerincho, Martin, and both of the Williamses are going for the hards, so a longer stint. Shaza is going on the softs, so he is going to be very aggressive at the start, and I expect him to get a pretty decent start. Well, I think Reggie is gonna let him through. But we'll see. Obviously, it depends on the start. If Shaza gets a good start of him off the line. Yeah. Another drivers are gonna slot into the grid slots. So hype first, or AlphaTauri first, Mercedes second, Haas third. What in the world, where are we? Okay, well, we will see. We'll see what the end race is gonna be. But now for the beginning of the race. And it is gonna be and it is gonna be 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and lights out, and away we go again in Austria. Hype getting a decent start to hold on to his first place. Coke got a massive start of the exit as overtaking both Alba and Matt. There was some contact behind as I saw a wing part falling off. Matt is trying to now overtake Coke into turn 3. Well, he went a bit wide, but into turn 4, Coke on the inside, Matt on the outside. A little bit of contact between them, but Coke at the moment is back into second. Hennessy has lost 2 positions. Now he's losing 3 positions to Shaza, and maybe even 4th to Reggie. Behind, I think that was, well, there was a front wing damage from someone, but we will see. Sorry, we'll see who's that. It was Sparko's front wing damage. As Albo was forced off, and Reggie has lost a place to Albo. Now he's gonna lose a place to Niklas into turn 3. Noise is as well sniffing around, but he's now getting attacked by the Alfa Romeo of Dieterich. So now Niklas and Reggie into turn 4. Who's gonna be Reggie on the outside, late braking, and Reggie on the inside and ahead of Niklas into turn 6. And Niklas goes around the outside, but he couldn't he couldn't maintain his position, so Reggie is up into 7th. Shazam, meanwhile, attacking on those softs at the start. And Niklas has spun and has damaged his front wing on the exit of turn 8, I think. But he's going into the pits. He's gonna be somewhere around 19th, as Lamas has... well, this is a full safety car, but... Oh. Well, that's not good. That's not good. I think he lost the rear on the exit of turn 9. He tried to save it. Or he had a little oversteer on the exit. He tried to correct it, but then he overcorrected and just went into the pit wall. But this is now getting a good opportunity for Sparko and Niklas to get back to the field. So Hype has stayed first, but his advantage, or the gaps between himself and the drivers behind, is gonna go down. Is going down to just few tenths. Faking that he's going into the pits. Coke, not Shazak could have gone into the pits, but at the same time, his soft strategy would have just gone into the bin, because, well, all of that just went for nothing. But we'll see what he's gonna do with those softs later on, or after the restart. Trying to position myself. Yeah. Let's look at the position changes. Who has gained the most? The most who has gained is Noise, 6 positions. And then it's Shaza, 5 positions. Then it is F1 Lewis with 4 positions. High with 3 positions. Marcin and Coke with 2 positions. Girincho, Tur and Dietrich with 1 position. Hybe, Reggie and Danilo, they have stayed with their starting positions. Albo has lost 1. Sparko, Hennessy and Matt, they have lost 2 positions. And Naut has lost 2 positions. Holt has lost 3 positions. And Niklas has lost 12 positions because of his front wing damage that he got. Sparko still has to catch up to the field. I'm actually kind of curious, is Niklas going to go back into the pits? No, he is not. He's not going back into the pits to do his 5-second time penalty, or maybe even switch onto hards. But Danilo has gone into the pits. Maybe a front wing change? We'll see. There's a front wing, so it is a front wing change. Oh, he had a front wing damage, or the left end plate. Well, from our perspective, the left end plate from the front wing was gone, and he went onto the softs. So a similar strategy, I guess, to Niklas, I'm assuming. I don't even know at the moment what strategy are they going. Are they going like now softs and then hards? Maybe. I think they were on the hards. I don't think. So, safety car should be in this lap. Yeah, the safety car should be in this lap, and it is in this lap. As Lewis, did he spun? Has he spun on the exit of turn 5? Now he's trying to go regain the positions. Well, if he wants to regain those few positions, well, not like that. No with contact, all right. No with contact. Holtz has to go off road to let him through. But the Hype is controlling the pace, warming up the tires. And Holtz gets a 5-second time penalty. Severe collision with Stefan Lewis. I think it was the same. Hybe has gone already, so the race has been restarted. Hennessy and Shazza, they have spun. Hennessy and Shazza, they have both spun on the restart, and they're now down to 18th and 19th. So now Coke is up into second, Matt is up into third, as well behind some incidents between, well, Danilo get a 3-second time penalty, but High has been, no, he's AI, Martinez as well AI. I don't think anything there happened, but Coke is up into second, Matt is up into fourth, and Reggie is up into fourth. Matt is third. Noise is up into fifth as he overtook Albo into turn 4. Hennessy has overtaken his teammate Danilo easily, as well as Niklas, I think, overtook Naud. And Shazza has overtaken both of the AIs of Martin and High. As Martin has spun, that is yet again Gerincho. And again on the exit of turn 7 and 8, Sparko gets a 3-second time penalty. So I guess Gerincho doesn't feel comfortable with the setup. Tur has overtaken Dietrich into turn 1, but they're going side by side now into turn 2. Well, not anymore, it's side by side. Tur has overtaken him, but into turn 3, Dietrich didn't try to dive bomb Tur into turn 3. So Tur now is up into 7th. Next ahead is Albo, as Naut has spun on the exit of turn 3, and his whole front wing is gone. As was Noise has spun on the exit of turn 4 with Holtz. They have both spun on the exit of turn 4. So the championship contender yet again in trouble this season. But up ahead, Coke is very close behind Hybe. The DRS should be enabled now. So Coke on the exit of turn 1 should have DRS on Hybe. Now is the straight line speed for Coke, and of course with the DRS, is he can overtake him? Reggie has overtaken Matt even before turn 2. Coke has caught up to Hybe a little bit. Now it has retired in the pits, but Coke still has the DRS open. He's just a little too far back behind Hybe. He just can't get Hybe to or overtake Hybe. Neither into turn 3 or turn 4. Reggie is gonna get closer behind them very quickly. Coke is only 2/10 behind Hybe into turn 1, and now into turn 10. He's 2.5 tenths behind, 3 tenths behind. DRS open, and is he gonna try? No, he did get closer, and now on the exit, Hybe, I think, just a tad bit better exit, but Coke is very close to Hybe, and into turn 3, he's going into the inside, and Coke is now up ahead of Hybe, but who has the DRS? Neither of them have the DRS. They went equal for the DRS detection zone, and that little fighting gave Reggie a little bit. Well, he has gained to Hybe a second, or a bit less than a second. Noise has been now overtaking the AIs. Behind, where it looks like there's a massive DRS train. Sparko has spun on the exit of turn 8. It doesn't look like that he has hit anything. He just went onto the gravel on the outside. Shaza is in the pits. His soft tire strategy did not pay off as he spun on the restart, and now he's going for the hards, and he's going until the end, I think. But Sparko doesn't seem to have any damage, as he didn't go into the pits. So Sparko with no damage, just spinning into the gravel on the outside of turn 8. Noise with a new fuzz lap, 106.886. It looks like there's a massive DRS train, but Hennessy has overtaken Niklas into turn 4. Niklas's softs are as well very bad, as they're probably high in wear. Chirincho on the outside of Danilo into turn 6. Pretty impressive by the Aston Martin, and he's up into P11. But from Albo to Dietrich, it looks like there's a DRS train, although Dietrich doesn't have the DRS anymore. So it's now only Lewis and Albo. It's a turn 3. Albo was looking to set for a dummy. Albo goes a bit wide. Sparko has spun on the exit of turn 1, but Lewis with the DRS on the outside, using probably most of his ERS, and now into turn 4, he's way ahead of Albo. Sparko has retired from the race, and Jericho has spun, and this is a full safety car. Jericho, I think, spun on the exit of turn 3, saving him actually a little bit. Now, do these two have a glitch that it says that one has to let go, but then when the other one goes, then he gets the notification that he needs to let go? I don't know. But the medium runners into the pits. Matt has stayed out. He doesn't have really any other choice. Dietrich has stayed out on the mediums. Interesting. So now virtually Coke is in the lead still. But now Reggie is closer to Hype and Coke. But obviously with the first 3 laps, there are obviously no DRS. And most of the medium runners went for the hards. Shaza was already on the hards 2 laps ago, as he pitted 2 laps ago. Jericho for the new mediums. Oh yeah, he was on the hards, so he was as well a bit screwed like Matt. Holds for the mediums, I guess. Noise for the hards, and this is saving him to get back into the game, or into the battle with Reggie. And as Dietrich got disqualified, I don't know. Was he trying to go into the pits? Was he really trying to go into the pits like that? Alright, honestly, that I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty stupid move, and Matt's buffer is gone now. I guess he was trying to go into the pits, so he would be gone anyway. But Dietrich's race is now over completely, and he's lost now. So yeah, let me just check how the standings look. Just get how the standing looks like. My thing is just connecting for some reason. Let me just check the standings. So, alright. My phone is slow. My phone is very slow at the moment. I don't, no, it isn't. So Reggie on 133 points, Noise 88 points, Matt with 66 points, Shazza 60 points, Lamas 42 points, 5th in the Williams. Well, now he's not gonna gain any points as he has crashed out. Hennessy 41 points, Coke 40 points, Tur 33 points. I think George, the Hennessy has spun on the exit of turn 8. As I was looking through the standings. Alright, he has spun on the exit of turn 8 and he's now down to 15. Greka or George on PlayStation 19, Volta 18, F1 Lewis 16, Holt 16, Dietrich 15, Gravity 12, Jovi 10, Albo 4, Stack 2, and then Diego High and BBA Doc with 0 points. In the constructors, Red Bull leading 193 points, Ferrari 128 points, Mercedes 107 points, Williams 42 points, Haas 41 points, Alpine 36 points, McLaren 36 points, AlphaTauri 30 points, Alfa Romeo 25 points, and Aston Martin lost only 4 points. So yeah, this looks like very similar. This season looks very similar to the real life as it was in 2022. Safety car is in this lap. I didn't saw the notification. I was looking in the standings, but I know that it's now in. So Matt is now gonna control the pace. Another safety car, as the safety car is in. Now he's in, and Matt is he gonna go now? He's now going. So the race has been restarted, but very close behind. Coke has reacted as well. So hype as well. Trying to take a look to get a move on Coke, but he's not getting attacked by Reggie. So he's gonna now have to defend from Reggie into turn 3. Side by side they go. Coke as well, trying to dive on Matt, but now Hype has defended for the moment now. Has it defended from Reggie. Tur stayed in 5th, but he's not getting attacked by F1 Lewis into turn 4. As Coke and Matt, they have swapped positions, so it's now a Ferrari in the lead. Matt now 2nd, but Matt is with those old hard tires. Meanwhile, Hype and Reggie side by side into turn 7 and 8, and now into turn 9. So Hype has stayed in the 3rd place, but how much longer at the moment? As Hype going, he had a little bit of a wobble on the exit of turn 10, but so Hype turned into Reggie and he has destroyed his race with that, and he is now lost from the real drivers, and he's probably having now front wing damage. I don't know, does Reggie have? No, he doesn't, or nothing, something that we can see. Niklas is fighting with Albo, but Reggie now fighting with Third yet again for the 3rd place, and was trying to go around the outside, but he didn't manage to do it. Now into turn 6, no, still too far back. Now into turn 7, way too far back. Shazza and Jarinto were fighting into turn 6. Albo has successfully overtaken Niklas, as Shazza is now trying to overtake Niklas into turn 9. Holt has overtaken Hennessy somewhere. The race now is enabled. Shazza very close to Niklas, as well as Jirincho close to Shazza. The race obviously has been enabled. Shazza goes wide, as well as Jirincho goes wide, as well as behind Holtz goes wide. So Hennessy has benefited from that, so he's now up into 10th. Reggie is now getting attacked by Lewis in the McLaren as he got a massive amount of oversteer on the exit, hitting Reggie, but neither of them spun, luckily. Why is Noise down there? Oh, he's out of the session. I didn't even see that. But Coke is now almost 2 seconds out of Matt. The race has calmed down a bit, as it is now a huge DRS train from Matt to Holt. 10 drivers within the DRS zone of each other, but Lewis is barely in that DRS zone, but he's gonna lose it now. Shazza and Niklas side by side into turn 1, and Shazza on the inside overtook Niklas into turn 1. That's Reggie overtaking Matt, and now off track trying to overtake Tur as well. Reggie getting a 3-second time penalty, as well as behind. Hype has spun. Jirincho has lost a few places as well himself, but Matt has lost two positions, and now Reggie yet again with Tur into turn 4, but yet again Tur defending brilliantly on the inside. But Reggie has a 3-second time penalty, so he's gonna have to think about that as well in the race. Coke is 2.2 seconds ahead of the Mercedes of Tur and Red Bull of Reggie. Matt's pace is, well, under the carpet, you could say, as Shazza and Albo into turn 1. Yet again Shazza has overtaken someone into turn 1, and he's up into 6th. Jirincho has lost earlier, like I said, few places. Niklas and Hennessy, they have made contact. Hennessy has been yet again spun in the race, and he is now down to 11th. Shazza is now on the outside of Lewis into turn 4. Side by side, a little bit of contact between them, but Shazza now is on the inside and ahead of Lewis. But Lewis still trying to stick it up around the outside of Shazza. Now into turn 7. They make contact. Lewis has been spun, and this made a little massive chaos between Alba and Niklas. And now Holt is up into 6th, benefiting from both of those. And yet again a full safety car. Coke, is he gonna overtake the safety car? Yes, he is gonna overtake the safety car. So he's not gonna lose nothing much. Reggie for the Inters. Well, I don't know, does he have some info that the rain is coming? I don't know, but at the moment it doesn't look like. Lewis has retired. What the Jirincho has as well retired. Well, Lewis has, I think, just spun himself. I know he's... What the... Jirincho was on the exit. What? What is happening around here? Wait. Reggie on the Inters. Lewis and Jirincho, they have both spun under the safety car. Alright, with Reggie, he might have some info that I don't know. Alright. Back into the thing. So now Hennessy is up into third, Daniel is up into fourth, Reggie going back in the pits to change from those inters to the same horse? What the okay, now I am very confused. Nicolas going in the pits yet again, and he gets a 5-second time penalty. Oh, a front wing change. Okay, that's understandable. But in the in the Reggie side of the garage, something is happening very weird with the strategies because, yeah. Very weird things happening in the other side of the Red Bull garage. But Coke has maintained his first position. Tur has maintained his second position. Hennessy is up in the third. After all of those spins, he's up in the third. Danilo is up in the fourth. Matt up into he's fifth. A very good timed safety car for him, as he stayed on those hards for 18 laps or 19 laps or so. And actually, that's the fact that he stayed out did pay off for him. Holt 6th, Albo 7th. Reggie, after all of that, is down in 9th. Reggie 8th. Shaza 9th. Noise 10th, but he's not in the lobby. So Niklas is technically 10th. And Hybe 11th. And Hybe is back in this game as well. Luckily. Safety car. I don't think the safety car is gonna be in this lap, but we'll see. We'll see if it's gonna be in this lap. I don't think it's gonna be in this lap. I think it's gonna be next lap, because there's still the AI of high to catch up to the field. But I think that AI is next. No, wait, that's the time. The gap is compared to Hype, who through for that for some of the part of the lap he. Oh, I hit my mic. For some part of the lap he was afraid to do anything. As he's gone into the pits. I was very confused why Albo has overtaken drivers, but Albo is in the pits, changing his medium tires to these softs. 13 laps on the softs, or maybe he's just praying for the safety car, for another safety car. We will see. We will see how it's gonna go. But I don't think he's gonna. I don't know. We will see what he's gonna do with those softs. He's gonna be aggressive at the start, using all that grip to his advantage. But later on, like lap 30, he's gonna experience less grip. He's gonna have almost no grip. Safety car is in his lap, so now Coke is is controlling the pace while the safety car is going in. Top 4 is on the older mediums, Matt on the fresher mediums, then Holz and Reggie on the older hards, Shaza on the newer mediums, Niklas and Hybe on the older hards, and then Albo on the new fresh softs. So now Sitka is in the pits. Coke, when is he gonna go? Is he gonna go now or on the exit of turn 10? He's going on the exit of turn 10. So the race has been restarted. He gets a brilliant restart because there was a buffer of the AI of Martin. Niklas has half-span on the restart. Reggie and Shaza. Reggie has spun on the exit of turn 1 and he's out of the race. So another championship contender is out of the race. Why am I saying another? Because Noise is not in the lobby. Matt has overtaken Danilo into turn 3, and now Danilo is getting attacked by Shaza into turn 4, and Shaza is gonna get a beautiful switcheroo on Danilo into turn 4. Holt is losing more place as he has front wing damage from contact, I think from other of the Red Bulls, but he's gonna go in the pits. Coke has holded his first place at the moment, but behind is Tur, very close, and Alba and Danilo has spun and they have both lost many places. Danilo is down in 12th and Albo is down in 8th as he has overtaken Holt, who is in the pits. Tur has been catching Coke little by little throughout after the restart. Matt and Shaza into turn 4. Shaza on the inside, Matt on the outside. Hennessy was in there as he has massive lag, I think. He has massive amount of lag. So Shaza is now up into 4th. Matt has, I think, his front wing damage. Does he have front wing damage? No, he doesn't. Okay. Matt doesn't have front wing damage, or that we can't see. Tur is very close to Coke, or he has gotten closer to Coke. And as well, Shaza has gotten closer to Hennessy, but he has obviously that 3-second time penalty. 3-second time penalty. But Shaza is probably fighting for the win, as Hennessy was aggressively trying to hold on to his 3rd place into turn 3, but now into turn 4. Hennessy a bit weaving, but now Shaza on the outside on the fresher mediums, and yet again a switchback on Hennessy, and into turn 6 around the outside, keeping that around the outside, but he has made contact with Hennessy and he's been sent spinning, and now he's down in 7th, down in 8th now. So a disaster for Red Bull at the moment in their home race. Red Bull is Austrian. Their headquarters might be in UK, Milton Keynes, but Red Bull was founded by an Austrian. Shaza is back into 7th immediately. Tur is close to Coke, but he hasn't got closer after he has gotten within those half a second, in those half a seconds. The fight of the AIs. Holtz is overtaking now both High and Noise into turn 2. Tur yet again under half a second behind Coke into turn 9. Now half a second into turn 10. The gap has stayed the same. Tur now has the DRS. Tur has more ERS than Coke. but Tur needs to get closer than this to think of an overtake on Coke. So now, so Tur can save a bit of ERS. In the meantime, as Coke is alright. Back at it. As my parents are going to the city for something, interrupting me. There is now closer to Coke, 3.5 under 4 tenths behind Coke on the exit of turn 10. The rear is open. He's not gonna attack him into turn 1, but he's gonna get closer on the exit of turn 1. He's under 2 tenths behind Coke, and now to the right, and he overtakes him into turn 2 and 3. But Coke is trying to go on the inside, a little bit of contact, but Tur is up into P1. But Coke now has the DRS, but no ERS, which probably Tur has used his ERS to defend himself and attack as well. Matt has as well caught up to Hennessy. A little bit was let me contact, but I think that's again lag from Hennessy. Yes, that is yet again lag from Hennessy. That was a massive amount of lag by Hennessy. Now Matt is 1.3 seconds behind Hennessy. He was 1 second closer to Hennessy. Now he's 1.3. Shaza on the mission, and he has overtaken yet again Niklas into turn 1. Both of them have the DRS on Hybe, who have been chilling in the P5, but Shaza sent a massive dive bomb into turn 3, but Niklas is benefiting from that as he has the DRS, better exit than Hybe, and now into turn 4, Niklas on the inside, and he has overtaken Hybe into turn 4, blocking the inside for Hybe through turn 5, and now into turn 6. He is ahead of Hybe, but he has spun in turn 6, and that is him, and he has yet again spun, and the reset to track was done by Niklas, and he spins again. He again reset to track was done by Niklas. Very hot rear tires as Shaza is now trying to overtake Hybe yet again, and now maybe yet again into turn 3. But in the meantime, Matt has overtaken Hennessy into turn 3. Now, Hennessy is going to have the DRS, but he's not going to be close enough. Hybe and Shaza again into turn 3. And now into turn 4. They go side by side into turn 4. Hybe ahead of Shaza for now. But could Shaza get a better exit of turn 4? And now into turn 6. No, he's not gonna try to overtake him. Turn 7. Not really, as Hype has lost the rear on the exit of turn 7, and Shaza went to the back of him. Nothing that neither of them could do. Hype has lost his rear on the exit of turn 7, and Shaza had nowhere to go. And Shaza is forced to go into the pits to change his front wing. Nothing that Shaza could do, but nothing that Hype could do, really. It wasn't neither of these drivers' faults. Hype just spun on his own on the exit, and Shazza just had nowhere to go. None of those drivers were in the fault. To be more boring on, as Danilo has crashed into turn 2. That is a little king, and this is a very late safety car. This is a very late safety car. Coke into the pits, as well as Hennessy into the pits. Both the Mercedes drivers staying out on their used hard and soft tires, as Hype gets a drive-through for speeding under the safety car. His race is as well pretty much over. Albo staying out on the used softs. Hype into the pits. Niklas into the pits. Hype as well, 5-second time penalty, and he retires in the pits. I understand it. He has basically nothing because he could have drive through. Well, it is the end of the race almost. Only 4 laps or 3 laps to go in this race. So basically he has nothing to do really. What's the camera? Shazza staying out as he pitted the lap before. And has to stay within the delta, but he can overtake the AlphaTauri as he has retired. But now, what will the Mercedes drivers do? They will stay out. They have stayed out, as Matt gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings under the safety car. What a race this has been. So could we get... It could be either Coke, it could be either Shazza for the win. Or if Albo and Matt defend from Coke and Shazza like lions, well, I would expect Matt to defend from Coke and Shazza, or the drivers behind, like a lion, so that Tur would do starting last in the sprint to being 7th in the first lap. Then, and the safety car is in this lap. Shazza is safety car is very early. Safety car is very early in. Both the Alpines and Shazza are nowhere near behind them. Only Mercedes drivers and Alpine and Coke are sort of close, but the AI ahead of them, High, is just slowing them down. And then Hennessy ahead of him. There is Marcin ahead of him. The AI, so he got really nothing to do. Tur is now going, so the race has been restarted. Only 2 laps of racing in Austria. As it looks like Mercedes for 1-2, but Matt has a 3-second time penalty. Coke has already overtaken Albo on the exit of turn 1, and Martin has overtaken all of the AIs, so ahead of him there are only real guys. And hold Niklas and Shazza, they can just really finish the races in their respectable positions. They have, well, really, they have nothing really much, as Albo struggling with those old softs with grip, and Hennessy is yet again lagging like crazy. Now he has teleported in Albo, and now he's ahead of Albo. Coke using those softs as an advantage, but there's only now 1 lap left, as Tur is now starting the final lap of the race. Could it be Tur, who started last in the sprint, to win in the race? and who started as well 11th for the race, or could it be Coke? The first win of the season for him. At the moment, Coke still has to overtake Matt. Well, he's going to be ahead of Matt anyways, as he has a 3-second time penalty. But is Coke going to go very aggressive for these few corners? Turn 5. And now, turn 6. Coke is very close to Matt. He has way more grip than Matt. Into turn 7. Bumping behind him. But it doesn't look like that he can even overtake Matt. Well, he's going to try side by side with Matt into turn 9. A bit of a switcheroo. But Matt, turn on the exit of the last corner. He is going to win the Austrian Grand Prix in BPRL. He started last in the sprint and started 11th in the race. Albo and Shaza, what a photo finish by them as well. Albo finishes 4th on the 14 lap old softs. Shaza finishes 5th after all of those spins, crashes and all of those. He finishes 6th and Hennessy finishes 6th. Shaza finished 5th. Shaza drove today for the race. Well, he has been thrown around a little bit in this race, starting 8th. He was on 3rd. He has been thrown around a bit. It's a bit close because, like, well, it is anyway. Tur winning in Austria for the first time this season. Coke finishes 2nd, and Matt finishes 3rd. Albo finishes 5th. Hennis, no wait, no, wait, it's the wrong results. Turf finishes 1st. Coke finishes 2nd. Matt finishes 3rd. Albo finishes 4th. Shaza finishes 5th. Hennessy 6th. Niklas 7th and Holtz 8th. Neither Niklas or Holtz could do anything really. That safety car in was just so early. They weren't even close to the safety car grid. Noise High and Martin, they're gonna be probably disqualified, as well. They were AIs pretty much the whole race, or at least half a race. Niklas with 5 times in the pits. Jesus Christ, that looks so weird. But from the sprint, the driver of the day for me is Tur. From the sprint, he started 20th. He was then 4th or 3rd before his incident with Hennessy. So he started 11th in the race. I don't know. It's a bit between Coke. Well, Coke was pretty like a bit silent today. Like he hasn't. He just drove until the end. He just was there. And then there is Shaza. As well, he has started 8th, but then he was 3rd in the race. Then he spun on the restart. On the first restart, he wasn't back into 10th, but he had to pit because those softs were really worn out. Then he was a bit thrown around in the race. It is either between those 3, but I think it should be more between Shaza and Tur, and I think it's gonna be Tur anyways. Starting 11th winning the Austrian Grand Prix. And yeah, well, the whole weekend was thorough because he started 20th in the sprint, finished 11th in the sprint. Well, would have finished probably 3rd or 4th if not the incident in between himself and Hennessy, starting 11th on the race, and he finished the race in P1. Very great, very good by him. Yeah, but both of the championship contenders are not gonna score any points. Next race is in wait, I think France. Oh no, not for Britain. Britain is gonna be the next race. France was before, which I didn't commentate because I was on holiday. The next race is Britain, or we could say next year in Britain. I don't have anything else to add really. The race was good. I guess the mic works that I bought today. And yeah. Yeah, I don't have anything else to add. Next race is in Britain. And yeah, see you guys in the next race in next year. In next year? So see you guys. Have a great rest of the night and Happy New Year's.